the top, we're going to write down parallelograms. September 27th. Can you believe it that we're almost done? Right? This is the last week in September. Time flies. Okay. If you have your highlighters, this is a good one to have highlighters. Okay. I would like to first and foremost draw your attention to the fact that there are two sets of parallel lines here. Okay? That's very important to us. So keep that in mind when you're working through these. And I would try to focus on the things that are always true. Focus on that first. Things that are always true. So for example, I know that D is 95. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to start with that one. What are they called? They're called vertically opposite, right? That has nothing to do with lines being parallel. That is just always true. It's always going to be the case. So that's my first go-to. If you prefer, some students like to write in, and then as they go, they kind of just fill in the rest. Which other one can I do now? F, yeah. I'm going to do the triangle thing. Yeah, the triangle thing. I'm going to use that property. So 180 minus 95 minus 50, right? So this would be 145, so that's 35. So sum of triangles equal to 180. So work followed by explanation. All right, so we've got this as being 35. I'm going to go ahead and write that in. So now I know that this is 35. How do I proceed now? B is 35. All right. So I like, yeah. So I'm going to just make everybody see that. Oh, right. So I'm going to focus on this. What is this one here? A transversal that is connecting these two lines. So that you have to watch out. So I'm going to follow that all the way up. And sometimes I like to do like a little, like a Z or backwards Z in this case. But do you see that? That makes it easier to see that B and F are actually BFFs. Whatever. I'm trying here. Anyways, 3. So I'm going to say that that's 35. And I'm going to use alternate. Interior angles are congruent. Boom. Right? Okay, so I'm going to write that in. Now I can find A, correct? Sum of triangle. Okay. Question, is there another way of getting A? All right. Watch this. This is a transversal. You see that? You see that? Anyways, A is 50. Again, alternate interior angles are congruent, or you could have used sum of triangles equal to 180, right? I don't want you to do the or, just pick one, whichever one you decided, but I'm gonna, in your notes it's okay to put or, right? Because I want you to know there are many ways to get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and fit that in. So A is 50. I started to do that, just fill in the diagram, because then students see more. If it's all here, it's nice and kind of organized, but I need to have it on the diagram. Now what? Do H. H, okay. All right. I like that. Straight, yeah. Need another highlighter. So I'm going to focus on this straight line, that right? H and 65 are right along that straight line. So H, where are you? Sorry, I'm going to do 4. Then I went to H5. Okay, and so that's 180 minus 65, and that's 115. And so that's sum, no, straight line, straight angle is equal to 180. Okay, you're following, right? I think you are. Okay, so 115. So I'm going to write that in. I've got that. What can I do next? Ryan, any ideas? Any ideas? No? Jivan? I'm just trying to pick on that side of the room. No? Blank? Yeah. G? How did you do that? I'm curious. Okay, so I don't have enough highlighters for this one. But you see this straight line here? How many angles are along it? There are 3. You see that? 180 minus this minus this. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. G, next. So we are 6, step number 6. So I'm going to go 180 minus 65 minus 50. Okay, so this adds up to 115. So this will be 65. So that's straight angle. Okay, so that would be 65. And I'm going to write that in because that's done now. 65. We're doing good time-wise. And I still need E and C. I want to focus on E here for a bit. Can I do that? I'm going to focus on this one here. There are a number of ways. The more you find, the more ways there are to solve for the missing angle. And so you just need to be comfortable with that. Because my key, when you look at it, you're like, oh, what? Like, and just be, if you got the same number, chances are you did it right. So I don't know how you want to do it, but I'm going to do this. Please follow my train of thought here. I'm going to say this 65 here is what to this one? What are these two here? Yellow is a terrible color to choose, so pink. I'm going to try that one. 65 and this here, what are those two? Alternate interior. They should be congruent, right? So these two should add up to 65. So can you already do mental math? This should be 30, right? This E here, this angle right here should be 30. So why don't we write that in? Because we know that already. Okay. And how did I find that though? So that's my 7th angle. And I'll just write down 30, and now we'll worry about the explanation. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So I will say this, that E is equal to 65, right? That's 65 there, up there, minus the 35 that I have here. That's angle F, by the way. Okay, and so I'm left with 30. So that one is probably the trickier one to do. You could have also done sum of triangle. I don't know if you see that, but there's that big triangle right here. Okay, So you just need to make sure that when you use that angle here in this corner here, that you combine these two. That's 115, right? So 115 and 35, right? Take that away from 180 to get that 30. And my head is hurting already, right? And yours probably too. So C, could you, this is, I'm never gonna do this many angles on a test, okay? This is just one big example here. But this 30 here, you see that Z there? These are parallel lines, right? And are connected by that transversal. You see that? You see that? That's 30. Yeah. If you're gonna hear a lot of cheesy jokes, okay? That's the best I can get. So C is 30, alternate interior angles are congruent. And last but not least, is L even on the diagram? Oh, it's I, sorry. HI, never mind. This is number 9. Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't see that. So straight line, yeah. Minus 30, minus 35, right? So what is that, 105? Because this is 65. Oh, no, 115. My bad. Could you have done it a different way? Wait. What are these two? Alternate exterior. Yeah. So you can tell that it's, I will just do straight angle. And this is 115. And wait, the homework for this, page 19, I believe, had some of these. Some of you know what I'm talking about if you tried it. Plus, this is one that you haven't done yet, and it's called the mystery angles. Plus page 11. I need you to give it one last go before I do the next part. Okay. Thank you guys. You're great. You followed.